The Yawhg. Hey there, Artist Caleb here. Okay, I've made a decision, a rather rare decision. I'm actually just going to record for as long as each story takes. And that'll be per video. So, let's do this. Okay, this time we're going to choose this one and this one. Here we go. The Yawhg will be here in 6 weeks, and no one expects it. Not a one of us. We just keep on living our lives, week by week, unaware. Okay, here we go. Let's start with a forest. And we're gonna chop wood. You spend the week cutting down trees for the village. You gain 2 physique and earn yourself 1 wealth. One day, during your first forest excursions, or first excursions, depending on whether or not you can read, you stumble upon a swarm of rats. At first you jump backwards in shock, but then you start to hear them conversing with one another. They call you over.
"Excuse me, sir,"
one of them says in a high-pitched voice.
"Do you think you might be able to help us out with something? You see, we're trying to elect our new leader, but it seems our votes are completely tied. We're trying to decide between Seedpaw, the vengeful, and Blightooth, the wise,"
says the rat. Seedpaw steps forward.
"If you vote for me, the rats will have a powerful leader. One who isn't afraid to take our fight to the enemy,"
proclaims Seedpaw. Sorry, I know that's annoying, but it makes me smile. Blightooth steps up.
"If you vote for me, good sir, I will lead these rats on an age of enlightenment,"
says Blightooth. That was before Bluetooth, by the way.
"Which rat do you choose?"
Oh, sorry. Which rat do you choose? Blightooth, the wise. Half of the rats roar with tiny applause. Seedpaw bows his head and walks back into the mass of rats. Blightooth climbs up to your shoulder and whispers ancient secrets in your ear as thanks. You gain 1 mind and 1 magic. Oh, that's so great. Okay, let's go to the arena. We're gonna bet this time. You spend the week placing bets on your favorite fighters. You gain 1 wealth. During a match, another warrior's weapon is knocked from their grasp. You barely manage to avoid it. With a sickening crunch, it destroys the knee of a nearby bystander. He accuses you of causing him harm by not stopping the flying weapon. He takes you to court. This time we're going to defend yourself. You object, but you can't seem to convince the judge. He rules in the plaintiff's favor and orders you to perform community service. You gain 1 physique and 1 finesse. Unfortunately, the boring tasks take a toll on you mentally. You lose 1 mind. They say the last time it came, the Yawhg devoured houses whole. Stole lives, tore families and family members apart. But that was so very long ago. Okay, let's go to the alchemy tower. And we're gonna brew a potion. You spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. You gain 2 magic and 1 mind. One day, not another swarm of rats infests the building. They're biting everything in their way. Everyone else in the building flees immediately. What do you do? This time we're going to run like mad! You run down the stairs of the tower as fast as you can. A bouquet of flowers. That wasn't the smell. That wasn't the spell you meant to cast. I was thinking of bouquet of flowers and said smell. How about that? The rats spot your attempt to exterminate them and begin biting you horribly. Yikes, you lose 1 physique. You manage to escape, but no, there are now rats all over the tower. They used now the wrong way, but now there are now rats all over the tower, as opposed to but later there are now rats all over the tower. Okay, gardens. Let's go to the gardens. And let's do some landscaping. You spent the week maintaining the plants in the royal garden. You gain 1 finesse, 1 physique, and earn yourself 1 wealth. One day, on your way home from the park, you come across a golden ring in the grass. It's the same ring again. Okay, sell the ring. You manage to sell the ring for a respectable sum. You gain $2. It was on us in a heartbeat, or so the stories go. The earth shook, the air went still. Right, let's go to the palace. We're gonna do some administration work this time. You spend the week doing paperwork for the palace. You're paid 2 wealth and gain 1 mind. One day the court jester approaches you. "Would you like to learn to juggle?" he asks excitedly. "I'll teach you everything I know for a small sum." "Sure!" You spend the day with the jester practicing your juggling technique. You improve dramatically. You gain 2 finesse. You gain another 2 finesse. Hey, wait, there are 3 balls. I should have gained another 2. Okay. You happily pay the jester for his services. You lose 1 wealth. Okay, let's go to the tavern. And drink. You spend the entire week getting wasted. You gain 2 charm and 1 physique. One day, a bard pulls out his lute in the bar and starts playing a tune. Unfortunately, his singing is horrible and is ruining the tavern's atmosphere. You decide to do something about it. We're gonna convince him to leave this time. You approach the bard and let him know that the tavern down the road is well known for its big tippers. "Buzz off!" the bard yells drunkenly. You walk away, giving a, "Well, I tried," sort of look to the other patrons. What a blow to your confidence. You lose 1 charm. And then the world was a howling fury, chaos, screaming, the sound of all we knew being pulled in half. Let's go to the hospital. And let's clean up. You spend the week steeling your mind against the horrors of the hospital, making sure it is as clean as it can be. You gain 1 mind, 1 physique, and earn 1 wealth. One day, a patient comes into the hospital with sores that nobody's ever seen before. While walking by his bedside, he looks to you and rudely asks for a glass of water. Oh, let's get him the water. You bring him a small glass to quench his thirst. He takes a large sip, swigs it around, and then proceeds to spit it at you. The water hits you right in the face. After cleaning up, you scold, obviously insane, man for spitting. I think they meant to say you scold. Oh, wait, okay, they did. You scold the obviously insane man for spitting at you. Sorry about that. That night, when you get home, you feel dizzy and start having vivid hallucinations about ancient wizards. You gain 3 magic. You lose 3 mind. Let's go to the slums. You know what? This time we're gonna pickpocket. You spend the week performing petty theft. You gain 1 wealth and 2 finesse. One night you hear cheering coming from an alleyway. Peering in, you see a crowd of men cheering on dogs violently ripping each other apart. Oh no! One of the men spots you and asks, "Oi, would you like to participate in our little bet game?" By the way, I do realize that we're going to see these stories over and over again, but, a little bit different each time. So, anyway. This time we're going to bet on that. No, I can't bring myself to do it. All right, just for the sake of gameplay, that's it. Not morals here. We're going to bet on the dog fights. I know, don't judge me. You put down a bit of coin to bet on the dogs' bloody brawls. You lose 1 wealth. After a night of betting on dogs, making bloody messes of each other, you manage to earn 2 wealth. When it arrives this time, how will we fare? Will we once more rebuild, move on, be strong, or have we forgotten? Oh boy. Okay, let's go to the forest. This time we're going to hunt. You spend the week hunting defenseless critters. You gain 2 finesse and sell the pelts for 1 wealth. Over the course of the week, you notice yourself growing more and more spiral-shaped. Oh, You notice yourself, growing yourself more and more spiral-shaped sores all over your body. One day the sores begin glowing, dry throat, glowing a vibrant blue. You feel your magical power grow even stronger, while your mind slips further and further. You gain 3 magic. You lose 3 mind. In no time, the sores are glowing so bright that they hurt to look at. A hunting party spots you. One of them runs up to you to see if you're all right. With only a glance, you set him aflame. Once you let out a scream that shakes the earth. Then you let out a scream that shakes the earth and shatters the skulls of all nearby. A river of blood coats the ground as you walk about, reveling in your destruction. You black out. When you come to, you're at home in your bed. It's all a dream, thank heavens. Your sores have faded and you feel like the disease's symptoms have passed. The next day, you find the exit to the town is closed. Something about there being a horrific accident in the forest. You do not inquire further. Yikes. Okay, let's go to the arena. This time we're going to compete. You spend the week fighting brutes in the arena. You gain 2 physique and 1 finesse. One day, in between matches, you stumble upon one of the higher-ranked fighters ingesting illegal strength potions. Please, miss, don't report me. She cries. Okay. Yeah, actually, she cries. That's how she sounds. I'll even share some of my potion with you if you keep quiet, she adds. Gosh, this is like a Lance Armstrong thing. What do I do? I guess I'll take her offer. Thank you so much for not reporting me, she says, while handing you her flask. You take a small swig of her potion and can feel your muscles expand significantly. You gain 2 physique. The Yawhg. You're afraid of the Yawhg. It's almost here. Almost. Yikes. Alright, let's go to the alchemy tower. Let's clean up the lab. You spend the week cleaning up noxious chemicals. You're paid 1 wealth for your labor and gain 1 physique and 1 magic. One day you hear cries for help coming from the next room. Running over to investigate, you see that the alchemists there have accidentally created an ooze monster. How do you dispatch the ooze? You punch the ooze into submission. You pummel the ooze until nothing but a pummel remains. You gain 2 physique. The acid from the ooze sears your skin. You lose 1 physique. The alchemists apply a cream that heals the burn, but your hand just doesn't feel the same. No! Let's go to the gardens to meditate. You spend the week in deep meditation. You gain 1 magic and 2 mind. One day, a toothless old woman approaches you.
I have a small pouch of magic beans. Would you be interested in purchasing them?
Of course I would. You spend 1 wealth on beans. Later, you decide to plant them in a small, rarely visited part of the garden. The storm arrives in the night. By the morning, it still rages. For 3 full days, the tempest puts us through a grinder, drowns us, crushes us, ruins us. But then it ends. We see the graveyard our home has become. Our home. Does anything yet live? Are we past surviving? Oh, here we go. This time we're gonna do the town drunk. You scavenge together as much alcohol as you can and drink excessively. You gain 2 physique and 1 charm. And the tailor. You volunteer to weave and mend clothing for the survivors to keep warm. You manage to make a new set of clothes for every survivor. Morale increases and everybody is pretty excited for their new socks, scarves, hats, etc. This helps the survival effort a lot. And so we set about our tasks, once more living our lives, this time in a way we might never have expected, or even wanted. But in the end, here goes. We were defeated. Those of us left struggled to put our homes to rights. But the effort was futile. Doomed! The city bled survivors, eventually becoming a husk, a dead thing, and perhaps the Yawhg was only partly to blame. Somehow I don't think that there is a happy ending to this story, but I don't know. We just have to keep playing it to find out. Well, your previous experience with exposure to magic have affected you horribly in the past Yawhg wasteland. You first notice this when you begin growing scales all over your body. It's ichthyeitis. Soon enough, you've sprouted a tail, a third eye, a crown of horns, and have shed all your hair. You look radical! Fear of being hunted forces you to live in the sewers of the city, living on a diet of rats and miscellaneous filth, like stuff that you'd buy at the convenience store. You never see the sun again. The town is in shambles. You're too afraid to go anywhere else. One day, somebody offers you strength potions in exchange for your services as a bodyguard. You happily oblige. After a few strength potions, you become strangely dependent on them, craving them constantly. Gotta go see my pusher. They take a huge toll on your body, and your health deteriorates quickly. On the outside, you look like a hulking beast, but your insides are rotted and limp. The story just keeps getting better and better. One day, you have one too many potions. Your corpse is found face down in a puddle of vomit and foam. Yay! Are you happy now?